Why you looking down on me? I'm only going up. Why you say you proud of me when you never was? Didn't mean to catch you hating, but it's better off for us. You would've backdoored me, would've shown me who you was. When I said we brothers, I ain't say it just because. One hand washes the others, I kept washing yours first. Niggas tried to kill me cause they sliding for your words. Didn't even warn me, that shit almost got me murdered. Got me holding glizzies, I'm just on my way to work. Remember when it happened, it was before December 1st. Why I put this in a verse, my feelings.
What it is, what it do, man. Welcome to episode 37 of T3MU TV. It's your host, Nero. You know, when you see my face, I got a special guest. I got a very special guest in the building. The Cambridge's very own, man. You know what I'm saying? Held it down over there. And I'm glad to have somebody on that side because, you know, I played Cambridge in high school and we had like this crazy rivalry with them. You know what I'm saying? But you probably was long gone. You know what I'm saying? But, man, this is going to be a good one today, man. But we got Maurice Taylor in the building. How's it going, bro?
What's going on?
Feel me? Get the claps on for you. How's everything going with you, bro?
Bro, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what goes on, what journey we go on. I appreciate you for setting up this platform for me to tell my story. And,
you already?
You know, get a good conversation going on. So I'm excited.
Facts. Okay, so we're going to start it from the beginning. I don't know if you've seen an episode of T3MU TV, but we start from the beginning. So was you born and raised in Cambridge, right?
Nah, I was born in Dorchester.
Oh, wow. Dorchester, baby. Okay.
I was born in Dorchester.
Give you some love for real then.
I moved to Cambridge when I was 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Pops moved y'all out there?
Yeah.
Okay, you talked about, I watched a lot of your interviews because, you know, when I have people come up here, I try to do my homework. You know what I'm saying? So they're not just up here for no reason. So I did my homework and, you know what I'm saying, your pops seemed like a very important person in your life in the basketball journey.
Nah, for sure. Like growing up, like he had me when he was in college. He was 20 years old. Yeah. So he went to Wentworth College. And so I remember as a young child, like being at the games courtside, watching him play. And then growing up, he would go to this court in West Medford called Duggar Park. Yep. Every Sunday, him and his guys would go out there and hoop. And I would just see him go crazy. I remember him taking off from the free throw line on somebody's body. I said, okay, what the heck? Yeah,
you was like, Pops could do that?
Yeah, and that was like the first time I kind of was like, yo, I kind of want to do this too. I had some uncles play some basketball, so it was kind of in my genes a little bit. Kind of grew up around it. And then later on, when I moved into high school, I found out that my uncles on my mother's side play a little bit of basketball. So,
so you just come from a basketball family.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you would say your love for the game started, watching your dad play?
Yeah, I would say that's where it started at. That's where it started at for sure.
And did you play any other sports before basketball, or was basketball your first sport?
Basketball was my first sport. When I was at Rindge, I tried. I mean, Cambridge Youth Centers, they have you try a whole bunch of different sports like soccer, flag football, volleyball. So I tried volleyball. I wanted to play football. I was good at it. But my dad was like, "You're not gonna do that. So you don't want to risk getting hurt for basketball." Played baseball a little bit in middle school. So I tried every little bit of every sport. Okay. But basketball is the one that was like I stuck with for sure because of the freedom you have with it. You know.
Facts. Okay. So who helped develop your game in basketball? Was it your dad?
It was a bunch of different people. My dad, he kind of set the tone a little bit. I had coaches from high school, coaches in the community of Cambridge, and then moving after college, I had coaches that really, losing my train of thought, but really helped me to
help better your game.
Better my game, but like they introduced it in a way that I wasn't looking at it before. You know what I'm saying? So that's like it was.
They showed you something new.
It was more of form of expression.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just staying on the surface with it, it's more of like understanding like there's a connection behind it. So it's almost like dancing a little bit. So when I became aware of that after like playing college ball, that's when I was like, oh, I'm really about to stick with it because it feels right.
Okay. So it was more late in your life where you bloomed up and understand and really realized certain stuff. Yeah. Okay. So Did you play AAU?
Yeah.
Who'd you play AAU with?
My dad started up a team called College Basketball, but before that, it was with the GBL Lions.
Okay.
In like 8th grade. Played one tournament with the players. It was talked to play with BABC, but they didn't have no practices. My dad was big on skill development, so we didn't play with BABC. So we stuck with Prodigy for most of my high school career because we had the practices. We was going to the tournaments, the big tournaments, and I would say it worked out pretty well.
Okay. What was your favorite AAU moment though?
Ooh.
Where you was getting crazy. It just got to be yours. It don't got to be nothing else. You feel me?
We had a special team, especially my junior year. But I would say when we was in Vegas, we played. I forget the dude's name, but LSU was in the gym.
Okay.
And they were looking at some dude on the other team, and bro, I was in the zone. I was really hooping. Like everyone was like, "Yo, bro, that's the best I ever seen you play." But we got cheated that game a little bit. The referee, like, we wasn't supposed to win that game. So
how much you had?
I don't even remember, bro.
But
I was just in the zone. Everyone was just like, "Mo, that was probably the best game you had."
Yeah.
Since you played with Prodigy, so. But that's probably one of the most memorable moments. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Did you go to nationals and all that?
Nah, we didn't get that far.
Not even zero gravity?
We didn't get that far. I don't think they had zero gravity back then.
They probably didn't.
I don't think they did.
I think that was like
I'll
late.
say this too, though. One of the big tournaments that was big for us, well, not even a tournament, a camp, Hoop Mountain.
Okay. I thought you was going to say NERR. I could have sworn I saw you.
I was there too. But my most favorite was Hoop Mountain week 2 at Stonehill College. That week was crazy.
You was going insane?
Yeah, they had some people in there. But the biggest one, it was like in the All-Star game, I was matched up against Karan Iverson.
Wow.
We was going back and forth a little bit, so that shit was.
How was that? Like going back and forth with him? Because at that time he probably was hot as
No, for sure. Nah, it was ill. It just let me know, like, yo, I can really play this game, bro. I had the ultimate confidence during that time.
Okay. It boosted your confidence.
Yeah.
Not like it was gonna make or break you.
Yeah.
But it was a thing like, oh, word.
Just wanted to see where I matched up at. You know what I'm saying? At a young age against the best talent in New England. So.
Facts. As you should. Yeah. Because I could have sworn you was on NERR. You and your brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Lived on.
I wasn't ranked that high, but I was on there.
Yeah. That's where I definitely remember you from too.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a freshman in high school, you went to Cambridge Rindge Latin, right?
Yes, sir.
And did you play varsity right away?
No. So I was a favorite to go ahead and play JV and varsity as a freshman, but they have their procedures at Rindge. Yeah. So you got to get your physicals to do all 3 tryouts. I didn't get my physical on time, so I was only able to do 1 tryout. And so freshman year, they just had me play freshman. And they could have moved me up, but we had a great team chemistry with the freshman group. Yeah. So they was like, you know what, we'll just let him stay here
and grow.
And bro, we went undefeated. Like, we was killing teams.
Do you think that helped you though?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. I mean, Cambridge is a good program, though.
Yeah.
Cambridge Rindge Latin is a great program.
It helped me learn how to, like, lead a team, too, though. So that was a benefit of that.
And to hear you, like, not soak about it, it's kind of, I'm kind of surprised because, if a player's supposed to be somewhere, they get a little, like, entitled. You feel what I'm saying?
Bro, I just love the game, honestly. And I was like, I wasn't aware of it back then, but I always look for ways to get better and to grow as a player. And that's how I took that experience on the freshman team, for sure.
Okay. And y'all went undefeated.
Yeah, we was a force. They even had dudes that was playing freshmen on varsity for other schools coming to play us.
And y'all was still busting. Easy. Come get this work.
Yo,
they like, yo, they cheating. Nah, they ain't cheating. It's just freshmen. Listen, this is what you gonna see for the next 4 years. You feel me? Like,
exactly.
Yo. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, and you and your brother didn't go into high school together.
So I'm a year older than him.
So my
10th grade year, that's when he came in as a 9th grade.
Okay. Def got to get him on here too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so how successful would you say your freshman year was?
I would say it was very successful because going into that summer, I had a big summer. So they had what do you call it? They had this Cambridge Rec League that was. It's not as big as it was back in the day, but it was big back then. And that was a big summer after my freshman year.
He was working.
Won the championship of that Cambridge Rec League, and then got MVP too. So that kind of like set the tone of like, you know, who's going to be ready for upcoming season. You know, what does Cambridge got? That kind of set the tone. And that, like I said, that following summer after my freshman year was one of the biggest summers for me, for sure.
Nah, fact. Because it's different when it's in Cambridge, because in Boston we have like a jumper schools. Is it like that in Cambridge where it's like a lot, or it's like the whole city goes around Rindge?
Cambridge was the only public school. It was the only public school in Cambridge. Like there was, you know, you had private schools, charter schools, but Cambridge was the only public school in Cambridge.
Yeah. So it's
Cambridge
like
Rindge Latin, I should say.
So it's like, yeah, when you really balling, the town gonna know.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. Bro, there was like.
So you was so like not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You good.
So you was brewing. You know what I'm saying? That coming into that sophomore year, you was getting ready.
Yeah.
And was the chatter.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Like like you said, the school was so big, so basketball was big in the city at that time too. So you would have like, including freshmen, you only had upperclassmen in the upper gym, but overall, if you was combined freshmen and, you know, all those teams, JV and varsity, you probably had like 200 to 300 kids trying out for the team for 30 spots, or I should say 30 to 45 spots.
Damn, nah, that's too much.
It was a lot of kids.
That's too much. Okay. So your sophomore year, you come back, you ready?
Nah, for sure.
Did you make varsity?
Made varsity that year, for sure.
Okay. Okay, did you start?
I was first off the bench. And then I'm gonna be honest with you though. Yeah. So first off the bench, the speed is a lot different from freshman to varsity, right? So I remember during the Christmas.
It's a big difference.
I remember during the Christmas tournament. So like I said, I was first off the bench the very first game, but Christmas tournament, I was like nervous for whatever reason. I don't know why.
You get nervous before games? I do. I get crazy butterflies, bro. My stomach being nuts. And it could be a game where I know I'm gonna score.
It depends, but I've learned. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But at that time, yes, I did, and I don't think nerves are a bad thing.
Yeah. At all. I embrace them in a way.
Just to touch on it, like I would say those are push to start emotions. So what I mean by that, let's say, you know, nervousness, stress, anxiety, those are like low frequency emotions. You know what I'm saying? So to reach higher emotions, you got to be aware and understand that you're in that space of nervousness, stress, you know, fear. But now what are you going to do with it once you're aware of it? You know what I'm saying? You're going to move forward. You're going to go to a space where, you know, you're happy, where you feel joy, where you feel powerful. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to stay in that space. So at that time, when I was nervous, I wasn't aware of it. So I kind of stayed in that space, and then I admitted it to my coach. And he's like, "Oh, you nervous? All right, so we're not going to put you in the game." That kind of way. I was like, "Oh, bro, there's no way." So pretty much like the second half of the season, I didn't play.
It was up and down for you.
Yeah, but it was like that was just that one moment, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was different speed. Like I said, I had a big summer.
You gotta fake it till you make it. If you're not, you didn't want to put yourself out there and then get screamed at after. Yeah, and then it makes it extra worse.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say though that following year, my junior year, I was gonna have no excuses. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I had a big junior year.
And you stayed at Cambridge your junior year?
My junior year, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you played that season. And how was it with Cambridge? How good was y'all? Did y'all ever make it downstate?
My junior year, we was really good. We was really good.
Who was some of the guys on that team? Shout them out.
We had my brother Juco. We had DeAndre Starlin. They called him the Black Knight. He was
Y'all had Donnie too, right?
Yeah, LaDon was on the team, point guard. Marcus Faison.
Okay.
Caro, my boy Caro, shooter. Let that thing fly.
Let it go.
Yo, he got the clip. Yeah, my boy Kevin LaVancy. Andre Dalton. Okay. But we had a lot of height too, though.
Yes, so always.
We had a lot of height. Like shortest dude was probably LaDon. He was probably the shortest dude.
And he the point guard, so
and then everybody else was like 6'3" plus.
Damn. And how is it going to Cambridge? Because I don't know. Going to Cambridge, are they doing the Patrick Ewing thing? Like, yeah, Patrick went here, so y'all know y'all got to bring chips. You know,
they definitely doing the tradition.
Yeah.
They don't really play the Patrick card too much, but they definitely big on the history and the tradition of like what Cambridge is. Like they have a team, like a travel team called Cambridge Pride. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely pride. Like when you play on a team, you definitely experience that. There's no way you can play on a team and not have pride for the city of Cambridge.
Yeah, facts. Nah, I like the way y'all carry things around and how the team is and how to, everything. I just like everything. I just like seeing
it's a special place. Honestly,
it's always it'll be a special place in your heart. Always, right?
Always.
And
then, like I said, we'll move on. I don't know what else you got in there, but it's helped me become the man I am today, and navigate through different areas in the world just because I grew up in that space. Yeah,
and it's so diverse, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So junior year. So after your junior year, you leave and go to Beaver, correct?
Yeah, we left and went to Beaver. So I reclassed. My brother reclassed.
What made you leave and go to Beaver? Sorry, not to cut you off.
So we lost to Lawrence. We lost to Lawrence our first game. That was an upset game.
Yep.
We was a favorite to go to the Garden that year.
Oh wow!
And
how much y'all lose by?
I think. Well, it was really by possession, but we had the foul, so it was really by 4.
That sucks. Watching them shoot the free throws.
So we left because there was something that my dad didn't like that the coach said. The reason why we lost that game, and my dad was like, "Nah, that's not the reason why I lost." Like, to be honest, my dad was told like the reason why we lost that game is because I wasn't passing the ball to my little brother, which wasn't true. But when my dad heard that, he was like, "Nah, we getting out of there." But like I said, me and my brother was like, "Yo, we don't care. Like,
y'all together.
We want to stay at Cambridge. We want to get like it's a different feeling when you bring a state championship to Cambridge. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all probably get a parade and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to finish at Cambridge, but my pops was like, "Nah, trust me on this. Like, we need to go.
We out."
So, we wasn't too happy, but we made it work. We went to Beaver Country Day, and ended up winning a NEPSAC Class B championship that following year. So our first year. So
your first year you went there?
First year at Beaver, we ended up winning it.
Great guess, Dean. Great guess, bro. Great guess. I was going to ask you that, like, yo, did you win it the first year?
We won it the first year.
So walking into that, you make that move, you like, Dad, I don't even want to go to Cambridge. I mean, not Cambridge. I don't want to leave Cambridge. And then he takes y'all to Beaver and y'all win the first year. So how is that? What is do you remember your mindset like, damn, he might be right. I might just need to shut up. You feel me? Like, yo.
My pops, he's a funny dude. So we didn't want him to be right. Yeah, but we was like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Y'all get in put their hands up.
Get in here in this picture. We hold this NEPSAC Class B championship trophy. Hold it. So we put our arms around him and got a picture with him. But like from day one, I would say I knew it was gonna be a special group. It was also different though because we like at Rindge we didn't have as much gym access that we did at Beaver. You know what I'm saying? Also because it was a public school at Rindge, but at Beaver because it was prep, we was able to get in the gym after school. We had like an hour and a half lunch break or whatever. Damn. Yeah, it was crazy. So during that time, a lot of dudes in the gym, but it wasn't just me and my brother. It was dudes on the team last year that was in the gym. So when you have multiple people in the gym, multiple gym rats that are looking for ways to get better.
It builds something.
For real. Okay. So we was able to click instantly.
Oh, okay. So y'all fit right in right away. Yeah. Okay. And how was it playing with your brother? Is it like y'all feed off each other?
Yeah, for sure.
And how was that rivalry in the backyard? Because I know it was crazy.
Bro, crazy.
Get off me.
Crazy. Even to this day, it still gets crazy. Yeah. You've seen it.
Yeah, I did. I did. Y'all was going at yo. He said, Mo said, let me get the ball real quick. Come on. Come over here. But now y'all go at it though.
He after his time.
And it's never too. You know how some brothers they get too crazy. You be like, damn, I don't want to be in the middle of that. Y'all just hooping. It's like what I'm saying. We keep it at that level. We keep it at that level. And I feel like y'all really like generally love each other. There's no like. Oh, he got it. It's none of that. It's just.
But when it comes to hooping, y'all gonna go at it. Gonna go at it for sure.
And then go split a meal after. Or something. Yeah. I got you.
You know how it is.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after his time at Purdue, cause like he was really skinny in high school. So when you go to the Big Ten, those are real big men.
Yeah.
Like one of the dudes was Isaac Hawes. I don't know if you know who that is.
Isaac Hawes.
He's one of the big ass white boys. He's probably like 7'2", 7'3".
I think I heard of him before.
But he's like a very big body. Like I seen him in one person one time. Both like one of his shoes was both my shoe size.
Damn.
So he's just a big human being.
Yeah.
And then you have someone else after that, and then they had another dude named Caleb Swallingen who ended up going to the league too, playing for Portland for a little bit. So my brother was going against that every single day in practice. And they was like calling him string bean, all this type of shit. So he was like, bro, you're not gonna keep calling me that. So he's in the gym, he's lifting, getting strong, you know. So when he comes back here, he's on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Like
his touch is amazing.
Yeah, he's banging with those big dudes every day in practice. I'm not a real big, so I can only do so much.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when he in that post, when he's in the post, I can't do nothing with him. He got it.
Nah, fact.
When I had the ball, bring you on the perimeter.
Come get this work. Come get this work.
Come here. Come on, bro.
I know what you're talking about.
That's my dog, though, for sure.
Facts. Okay, so how many years did you play at Beaver?
2.
Okay, you played 2 years at Beaver.
Yeah.
And while you was there, you earned Eastern Independent League honors mention as a senior, and you was a 3-year captain, right? Or 2-year captain. Sorry, 2-year captain. Okay, so what was your favorite game? What was your favorite game at Beaver?
I like when we played like the top teams. Like at the time, St. Mark's was really big.
Who they have?
I forget his name, but they had some big white boy that ended up going to Arizona. They had Nick Stalkis.
Okay.
They had some other dude that went to Holy Cross. They had a really good team.
It was tough.
Yeah, and we was first half we gave them a game. Second half they beat the brakes off us though.
Damn.
My senior year we played Northfield Mount Herman. You know how they get. And we was going in on them. They beat us by a 3-pointer.
Damn.
A 3-pointer.
No, y'all was hot.
I was hot because I wasn't in the game. I was like, bro, I'm hooping. Like, why are you taking me off the court?
I hate that.
Yo. So we ended up losing my buzzer beat. I was ready to fight my coach after. But there was some memorable moments. I would say a game against Tabor at one of the holiday tournaments. I was just in the zone that game, did whatever I wanted, transition threes, diamond guys up, defense, getting through the lane, dunking on people.
Just doing them up.
I
in the zone, like you're saying.
In the zone. But I mean, I had some really big games, but I'm just saying, like, the games that I really liked was against like those bigger schools like Class A, Class AA, Class AAA. Like,
those schools where after they be like, yo, who's that?
Yeah, those were the games.
Okay. Did you have a favorite game at Cambridge?
The Lawrence game, but we ended up losing that one.
That was my in the States,
game.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my best offensive game that whole year. Just because, like I said, I was in the zone. I would say as a group, the Cambridge group was when we played Medford High at Cambridge, and we was just like Team Flight Brothers. Everybody was getting crazy. People you didn't even expect getting crazy, getting dunks, catching bodies. Like,
for real?
That game was crazy.
Just a game where all y'all was lit.
Everybody.
Like, yo, you was doing that. You was doing that. Like, yo.
Nah, that was.
That's the best games to have when everybody's eating, because it's like everybody could say they contribute, they did something, and everybody's happy. Yeah. Everybody gonna play defense too.
That was my favorite game at Rindge for sure.
Okay. So coming out, leaving out of school, did you have any D1 offers like on the table?
Yeah, there was one of the schools. There's multiple Loyola schools, but there was a Loyola in Maryland. They offered. BU offered me.
Oh wow!
Should have went to BU.
You think so?
I should have went to BU, bro.
Nah, I feel. And what was to not cut you off? What was your dream school? And then continue with the schools that gave you letters. What was your dream school?
UNC, just because Jordan went there.
Okay.
UNC.
Yeah, that was my school too.
School. Maryland had high interest, but after that was after I committed to North Carolina A&T. UConn wanted me to take a visit.
Yeah. You feel like you should have took that visit?
I definitely should have took that visit.
Why didn't you take visit? Is it like, do you feel like in that time it's a quick process, or you feel like you just gotta, I don't know, is it just something that just happens really fast and you just can't really?
All right, so me and my father had this conversation before. All right. He is admit that, you know, he has made the best decisions, you know, with me growing up with the whole recruitment process.
Yeah.
He's definitely a lot better today. But I look at it as I was an experiment child.
Yeah.
You know, so I was the firstborn of all my siblings.
The eldest tail, as you would say.
Yes, exactly. So I wouldn't say he got caught up in the excitement, but he was more like, his big thing was he didn't want me to go to a high major school because they recruit over guys, right? And that was kind of like minimal thinking, because that might even be the right term, but the reason why I say that though is like, why even focus on that frequency? You know what I'm saying? What about focusing on the good that can come out of it? Facts. Instead of saying like, all right, you know, I can possibly get recruited over. All right, but what if I do what I'm supposed to do? Am I still going to get recruited over? You know what I'm saying? Fact. So I should have took on my visits. We kind of settled with North Carolina A&T because they were following me first. And it was kind of like that loyalty thing, but it was more like listening to all my options, asking the right questions to everybody that I visit or who is showing interest, just to get a feel of what would be a great situation for me to grow as a player and as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So wasn't right asking those right questions. A lot of times it was kind of like scripted questions, like things I would hear at like a camp, instead of just coming from me personally about what my needs are.
Facts.
It's coming from of what someone else is telling me I should ask.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what happened with that and how I ended up settling for North Carolina A&T my freshman year.
Okay. So they was coming at you heavy anyway too as well, right?
I mean, and the thing too, they was kind of selling it too because after I had signed my national letter of intent, they had went to the NCAA tournament that same year. That same year
you was about to come in.
So now they was like, we got 7 seniors leaving, so that's an opportunity for you to play and to grow within our system. And then to add on to it too, we just won our conference tournament. So now we in the NCAA. So now they going off of that hype, and that's what that was.
Okay, damn.
So they sold the dream a little bit.
Okay. So you commit there. You commit to North Carolina A&T, right?
Yeah.
And you already told us, like, you know, what made you kind of go to the university. But how was it for you when you got there? Like, was the team welcoming? Was the coach on the same vibe? Because you know when they recruit you, they fluff you up, and then you get there, and it's like dog eat dog world. Like, you gotta get it. Well, in some situations. I ain't never been in a D1 situation.
Well, I would say this. So once I signed a letter of intent, I tried to prepare as best as I could. So I got in contact with the strength, because from when I would go to like camps and stuff and the information that I had, they would say the biggest change from high school to college is like the strength and conditioning part. Yeah. Like the physicality of it. Yeah. So I would got in contact with a strength and conditioning coach, asked him to send me a workout to help prep me for, you know, transitioning to college. And I did that faithfully. So when I got there, I wasn't super behind, but I was still kind of behind because I was still going against grown-ass men coming out of high school.
People who's already been there in the system 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? So you was learning your way.
We had 7 freshmen coming in, and then so that's like probably like 5 or 6 returners, a couple guys with walk-ons, but there was only like 2 guys that had played heavy minutes the year before. You know,
2 guys?
2 guys. 2 guys. I forget my boy's last name, but it was Bruce, my boy Bruce, and then Lamont Middleton. Those are the two guys that played heavy minutes at A&T the year before. But following year, there was my guy who I roomed with on the road, Rashad Pack.
Shout out to him.
He had a redshirt year the year before. He had transferred from some school in Florida. I can't remember the name right now. But he ended up playing my freshman year. He ended up playing a bunch of minutes that year.
Okay.
So he was one of our lead guys. So, I mean, it was definitely a grind moving into
How was it your first
A&T.
practice? Like, was it a slap in the face? Like,
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I picked up on, the cues.
you was prepared.
The defense. It was really just the
You was the-
physicality.
you
like
was
the
the-
defensive rotation. That was the biggest thing. Defensive rotations. Like even when we did individuals for like positions, we were doing defensive slides with bricks in our hands. Like talking about.
Oh my gosh! And look, see, and that's the North Carolina A&T, and people think okay, because it's not the top school, you might not have to work. Like no, everywhere you go, you work.
It was a grind.
Yeah. How was it adjusting to the speed? That was fine, or it was just strength for you?
It was just physicality.
Okay.
But I mean, I also had to get smart as a player. My IQ, as a freshman, wasn't where it is today. You know what I'm saying? So I still had a lot to learn. But the speed itself was fine.
Okay.
It was just the physicality part for me.
All right. Okay. Okay. So talk about your first few games playing D1 basketball. What was that experience like?
It was hard for me to catch a rhythm. So the first game, it was like, you play first game of the season, you play like a low level team. So we play like a D2 team in North Carolina. And I led every category except for points.
Wow.
So I was the first. I think I started that game actually as a freshman. So they at A&T, they was fucking with me heavy. So I think I started my first game as a freshman, and I led in every category. So rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. The only thing I didn't lead was in points. So did well with that. My first game was cool. Second game, it was just hard for me to get a flow. And I mean, maybe it could have been structure of the coaching, things like that. I'm not trying to blame the coach, but it could have been structure of the system too. Because we did have a lot of guys. We had 15 guys, but it was like I was in foul trouble the first game. I made a nice move. The referee called an offensive foul, but it was like a nice drive. They was like, "We need you to do this more." And I'm like, "All right, this is what I need to do to get on the court. That's what I'm gonna keep doing."
What I'm gonna do.
So, but it wasn't helping me think as a basketball player. It would just be like, "All right, you got to do this." So now I got to do this every single time, but not. When you're playing against real basketball players, they're smart. So they're like, all right, those make the
figure you out.
I'll just take the charge. You know? So it was hard for me to get a flow, hard for me to get a feel. And I didn't have the support around me, from the people that made the decision who goes in the game to really read what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel that.
And I mean, some of it too is probably because I might not have been asking the right questions. You know what I'm saying? So freshman year, it was just hard for me to get a rhythm, hard for me to get a feel.
But it's your freshman year of college. It's like you played well the first game. Second game, you ran into a little bump in the road. It's okay, but I know how it goes. It's you gotta be
because that's the coach's job. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like y'all fighting for something.
They keep their job based off of how the team's performing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So. It was rough because, like I said, there was no support to kind of help me manage through that. And like I said, my pops didn't have the awareness that he has now back then, so I didn't really know who to talk to, who to vent to, or even what was going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So freshman year was rough.
It was tough. Did you play a lot freshman year?
Like I said, in the first few games I did. Few games, and then they wanted me they was. In high school, I was the backup point guard at Ridge. So they was gonna try to help me. The reason why I went to A&T too, another reason why I went there is they was promising me to help me transition me into a point guard, but a big guard, 6'6", because one of the assistant coaches, he was a big guard. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Yo, I can really help you," and he was one that was recruiting me heavily too to get there. So.
He was gonna put the work in with you.
So I mean, but my freshman year, I wasn't even really working with him. I was working with other coaches. So he was kind of working with like the point guards. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like the wing, so I was working with the wings.
Was it your? Do you feel like you should have stepped up and been like, "Yo, let me just go over there," because that's what they say they was gonna do? Or did you just fall in line, kind of like, "Okay, well, they say go over here with the wings, so I'm gonna just go over there," or it just didn't happen? I kind of was coachable, just so I just kind of fell in line a little bit. Yep. And also too because I was with guys. I was with like I said, everyone that was freshmen, so or a sophomore. The Bruce was a sophomore the year, so I was with people around my own age. So there was limited thinking behind it because I wasn't thinking about the big picture. Because if I was to think the way you was thinking, I would have went with the guards, got my ass whooped a little bit, but I'm getting better. I'm like, okay, all right, I see what's going on here. How can I adjust? Nah, the reason why I say that,
that's real.
Is because I was that type of player. I was very coachable. I wasn't gonna, unless you made me super mad, I wasn't gonna go crazy on you and be like, yo, man, I ain't listening to what you saying. I want to do this. It was okay. You say run here, okay. I'm a
because that's gonna get you on the floor.
Yeah, facts.
At the end of the day, they're the ones who make the substitution.
Call the shots. Yes. You feel me? So it's like that's what it is. What it is. You feel me? But so you did you play 2 seasons there?
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
I ended up leaving, going to a junior college called Western Texas College in Snyder, Texas.
Okay. You said Snyder, Texas?
Snyder, Texas.
Oh, Snyder, Texas.
Snyder.
Okay. Okay. So did when you left NC A&T, did it mess with your confidence or it helped your confidence? Going to that Juco.
Bro, it brought a different animal out. I'm not gonna lie. I was a different person in a good way though. Cause like the reason why I left A&T, the guy I was rooming with, Rashad Pack, he was, after the season ends, coaches have the conversation. So he's talking to him, and he's talking about next year. And the whole time he's talking about next year, the coach doesn't bring up my name. And Rashad Pat is like, in the back of his head, he's like, bro, I work with Mo. I've trained with Mo, like every day in practice to get extra shots up, this, that, and the third. And he didn't bring his name up one time. So he came back to the room, told me what the situation was, and then he's like, bro, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but he ain't bring your name up one time the whole time talking about next year, bro. And when he gave me that information, I was like, yo, it's time for me to go.
Time for you to pack up.
I mean, I didn't want to. I liked A&T. I liked the culture. I loved being at a HBCU because it was different, being at a prep school for 2 years when it's mostly white people. But now with people that look like you everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, fact.
Teachers, in the cafeteria. I respected the little bit of white people that was there. I'm like, what you doing? What you doing here?
Oh, because it is an HBCU.
HBCU, right? Everybody was black.
Wow, bro, I'm jealous.
Yo, so it was a different vibe.
HBCU. I'm jealous.
It was basketball that didn't work out. So that was
you
tough.
Loved everything else.
I loved everything else but that. So I was like, yo, I mean, I really want to play ball. I mean, I still have strong desires to play professionally. So I gotta go. So me and my pops were going to a bunch of different schools, and like I said, we ended up finalizing on Western Texas College, just off of the culture, what the culture was presenting. So like, I was telling, we was trying to share to him like, yo, at A&T they promised me to, help me develop as a point guard, this, that, and the third, and then at Western Texas College they was like, we're looking more for a forward, but in that position you're still a playmaker, you're still making passes. You're just not bringing up the ball at the court. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
Why didn't you just jump to the 2?
What do you mean?
Like, instead of being the 1, just jump to the 2.
Naturally, bro, like, just me being an older brother, I love getting people involved.
Yeah, but you can still be a 2 and get people involved. What I'm saying is,
that's two position? At this 2 position, like if you look at like the definition of a shooting guard, your job is to score. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, I never had a problem with scoring, but I just love getting everybody involved because I understood.
You play team basketball.
I understand what it takes to win.
You cut,
champion. Exactly.
Let me get the layup. He stepped, let me.
Exactly.
You like it. Pieces of it's like a puzzle type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Getting guys involved. Yep. Making sure everybody's happy. Like I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm also like that. Super
So-
team player. It's like, it's not about just me scoring 30.
So yeah, it just made sense for me to be at the one because I like to
That
take
was
the
your-
lead,
yeah.
but me being in a position to lead, like I said, I can bring guys together. So that's kind of why I was kind of focused on playing the one instead of just like saying the two. Like I was cool with playing the three, but
But you felt like that position
felt like-
would have really
yeah,
brought out everything.
yeah.
Okay, so you played there for a year. Talk about that experience. At the,
You ever see Last Chance U?
yeah.
That's what that
Come
shit
on, who hasn't?
That's what that was like.
Okay, so that's
what that
what
was like. It was a
every
grind.
day.
It was a grind. I loved it. But our coach wasn't like their coach though.
Yeah.
He was like a Christian dude, white guy. So
Cool.
he was in Southern. So he was more laid back, but he was real strict with his rules. So like if you did drugs, you got caught doing drugs, you got caught stealing, you got caught doing things you wasn't supposed to do, like things against the law, like that was it for you. Like you off the team. Stuff like
No
that.
excuses.
No excuses.
And nobody got kicked off the team, right?
No, we had a couple guys get kicked off.
Damn.
We had a couple guys.
Damn. But while there, you earned all conference honorable mention in over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But how would you say that year went? Did it go as well? Not as, but did it go well? Let's say
It went well. Once we lost a couple pieces, guys getting kicked off the team, it messed up the team camaraderie a little bit. So we dropped a few games we wasn't supposed to drop, so we wasn't able to make playoffs that year. But it was a great experience, really great experience. Like from day one when I got there, dudes thought I came from jail because I wasn't talking.
For real?
Yo, crazy. And
That's
it's
not
funny.
the first thing I would think about you,
But
though.
this is the thing though, because like I said, it was a different animal. I was I was focused. You know what I'm saying?
So you came in mean mugging.
I wasn't really mean mugging, but I wasn't talking to nobody.
Yeah, you came.
And so I was on some bully shit though. I was. I wouldn't say I was mean mugging, but I was on some bully. But I wasn't really talking to anyone. I was just on a mission. Like I'm here. I'm like, yo. The whole time I'm thinking about the whole shit that went down at A&T. So I'm like, bro. I was like, yo, he got me fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my roommate at the time, my boy Shane, yo, he's a character. But yo, every time he see me going there, I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups. So when he would leave the room and talk to my teammates in the cafeteria,
like, yo, he's wild.
Yo, he said, yo, just think about it the time. Every time I walk in there, he doing push-ups and sit-ups, bro. What the fuck?
Yo, bro, they like, yo, my man in there working.
Yo, so when they finally got comfortable with me and they told me that, I'm like, yo, y'all a fool, bro.
Facts.
Yo.
So, we thought you just came out the can, fam. Like, yo, you like, can. Came from another school. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just focused. Like,
Nah, but those
that's
are my
how
guys.
it be.
That was a good time though. We spent a lot of time together. We got to know each other very well.
And that's how you
It
got
was
the
iron sharpened iron for real.
Who would you
real.
say most challenged you over
It was
there?
definitely my roommate, Shane Johnson.
Okay.
Because like I said, that him seeing me doing all those push-ups and sit-ups, he got on the same wave, and then he was like, yo, bro, let's get in the gym. So we would go in the gym. You know, let's get in the weight room. We go in the weight room. You know, let's take these laps. We take those laps.
Facts.
So that was my guy for sure.
Okay, and then you went to Niagara, right? University?
Yeah, right.
Did I say it right?
Niagara, yep.
Okay. So you what made you choose them? What made you choose that university, excuse me?
That was the only school that offered me a Division I scholarship after Western Texas College. The other schools, like, they had high interest, but they didn't fully go in and give me the offer. So I had to go there, take a visit, do a workout with them, killing the workout with the dudes that they had there. And then after I killed the workout, they was like, yeah, we're offering you.
Yeah.
And then, we'll give you like 2 days or a day.
You signed that day?
Nah, we drove back. I thought about it. I probably gave him an answer after like 3 hours into the ride back home to the crib.
How is that, real quick? Because, I ain't never been recruited D1 or nothing like that. Because you talking, they had to fly me out. I had to go get the workout.
Oh, no, we drove up there. Me and my pops drove up there.
Yeah. Drive, fly. We drove up there. But, how is that for you? Like, yo, is it like does it boost your I don't want to say boost your ego, make it like it's a thing that, you know what I'm saying, turns you into this type of person, but I'm just saying, like, what does it do for you? Like, do you sit back and be like, damn, do they really want me? Like, You know what I'm saying? They really on my.
Well, because they was the only school to offer me. The same way I went into Western Texas College, that's how I went into that. I was on a mission.
So it was no more like how you went into North Carolina A&T, like happy, all happy.
I mean, I was still on a mission when I first got there for sure.
But it was more like, let me see what's over here.
I was really, really on a mission. Like I was, whoever they had in their gym was food. That's just the mentality.
That's just what it was.
It was nothing personal. It was just like, bro, I've been disrespected, and the only thing that's speaking to me right is disrespect. I'm not gonna let that hold me down. So you in the way right now.
Facts.
That's kind of how it was.
Okay. So so how was it coming in? Did you feel like it was a better situation for you? And was the team welcoming there as well?
Nah.
It wasn't welcoming?
Nah.
Wow, I thought you were saying nah to something else.
I mean, the teammates were cool. My teammates were cool.
But the situation
isn't what it was. And the thing was, when I took the visit, none of the players were on campus. So that's when they had a little break a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't really get to feel the vibe or see what it really is about.
Yeah.
So what was it like your first year there? Was you hooping? Did you do your thing?
Nah.
No,
I just never caught a flow, never caught a feel. It was like I said, it was a bad situation. Like they say one thing and then did another, and then there wasn't like clarity. Or I shouldn't say that. Yeah. There was clarity, but then they would go against their word. Yeah. It wasn't like a family. Like you had cliques, and it was more like the cliques were like the guys that, you know, the coach that recruited these guys, he stayed with him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Instead of everyone coming together. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about.
It was weird energy like that.
And you can't play like that.
You can't.
You're not that type of player, and I'm not that type of player, because I know. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I left a certain school because it was just like, I can't do this. Like, oh, you here, we here, they're here, then we on the court, then they only give it to this dude. Then it starts a whole drama,
but
bro.
When you had, like I said, the dudes on the team never had a problem with each other. We saw it for what it was. But when you had guys on the team calling out for what it was, there was an issue. So now that guy that said something, not playing as much. Fact. You know what I'm saying? He riding the bench, or you know, they trying to find something wrong with him. So, like a whole bunch of weird stuff going on.
Whole mess.
Yeah.
Whole mess.
And I hate to say it like that, but I'm just telling it for what it is. You know, I'm just speaking the truth.
You're not dogging nobody. You're just telling
it how it is.
Facts. And so, did you stay there for 2 years?
I stayed there for 2 years because I didn't want it to be 4 years and 4 schools in 4 years. So I just stayed there, finished it out. Okay. My senior year, it's crazy. Like I was ready to quit playing basketball. Like I was like, all right, senior year, I'm like, hey, this is my last year. I'm gonna give everything I got. But I ended up like towards the end of the season, probably like the last 4 or 5 games of the season, I started to catch a rhythm, started to catch a feel. And it wasn't until our first round in the MEAC tournament where I was in the zone. Yeah. And I was like, yo, hold on. I was like, maybe I shouldn't stop.
That was your sign right there.
Exactly. But I mean, there was another sign before that. Like I got there was like a letter in my mailbox talking about like overseas exposure camp. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I can play ball overseas. At the time, I didn't even know. I was like, I can do that? I was like, hold up, let me look into this a little bit.
Facts.
So that kind of set the tone for that. So like I said, the last 5 games, I was really in the zone. And like I said, like I found I was on a mission. You know what I'm saying? So every time I got like that, bro, I didn't really see anything else. Couldn't see the crowd. I was just able to, you know, really facilitate to what was going on. I was able to be present and just really lock into what's going on. Didn't really care what you said. Like, yo, I'm on this mission and this is what I'm trying to do, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it happen. So that's kind of what that was.
Facts. So so what was your favorite game in college? Period. Do you have one?
I'd probably say my the first game in the MEAC tournament my senior year. Yeah. So I didn't take a 3 all season that season.
You didn't take a 3?
I didn't take 1 3 that whole season. Wow. But that game, like I said, I was in the zone. I'm like, bro, I know who I am. This is do or die. Like we lose, my season over. Damn. So I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do.
Yeah.
So I caught the ball, top of the key, way behind the line, took it, it went in, cashed. I was like, yeah, it's time to go.
Time to go.
It wasn't like awkward, like it was in rhythm. And even the announcer was like, how's a guy like that take a three, shoot it the way he shot it when he ain't take a three all season? Like weird shit like that. I was like,
because I could do that.
I was like, exactly. And then I was just getting to my spots, and I was playing within the offense. Ended up getting like 16 rebounds that game. Like,
wow.
I ain't never did that the whole season.
Damn. That was your senior season.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
okay.
like I said, I was just in the zone.
And who was that against?
Quinnipiac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Chase Daniels was on the team too, my boy Chase.
Okay. Okay. So you had to give us some
I think he was. But Chase was going crazy all season. He was going crazy at Quinnipiac.
Doing his thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you graduated from Niagara University.
Yeah.
What was your major?
Psychology.
Okay. How was it being a student athlete? Is it a hard thing to manage on the D1 level?
As a psychology major, that was very tough.
Yeah, why you say that? As a psychology major.
As a psychology major,
psychology is when you sit down with and you.
Nah. That's like therapy.
Psychology.
Psychology is like study of the mind.
Okay. Yep. Studying character traits and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started off with sociology. So when I went to A&T. And Western Texas College, my major was sociology, but I took a psychology class at Western Texas College. I didn't do too good in the class. Like I got like a C average, but I was like, yo, this is a lot more interesting than sociology. So I transitioned to psych, which is kind of an easy transition. Yeah. But there was the language. I had to learn the language in psych because it was different from sociology. So you had to learn different parts of the brain, the different functions of those parts. I took a class about like drugs that we take and what it does to your brain and how symptoms that that come along with those drugs. Yeah. So there was a lot of research that went into it, a lot of studying, a lot of reading, and it was like, I remember somebody said, like, you can only do 2 out of the 3 things. Party, play basketball, and your schoolwork. There's no way you can do all 3.
And you picked schoolwork in there.
I mean, I try to balance all 3.
I was about to say, come on,
I try to balance all 3.
Yeah, I feel you. And you did.
Yeah, I did. But I could have got better grades in psychology for sure if I just focused on those 2. Yeah. But I enjoyed college a little bit too much.
Okay, so you graduated. How was it for moms and pops to see that?
They loved it. They loved it. My grandmother showed up. My aunt showed up. My brother saw it. My little brother and sister were there. So it was great having the family there, cheesing from ear to ear.
Yeah,
like,
bro, that's the moment they really show out. You know what I'm saying? They really happy for us that time. You know what I'm saying?
My grandfather, he was big, but he had passed my senior year, so he wasn't able to witness that.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, we was able to feel his energy and his joy from that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was big.
Okay. Facts. Okay, so after college, you played overseas.
So after college, there was the league that's called the TBL now. Yeah. At the time, it was called the NAPB. So I played with a team called the Albany Patroons. Okay. For 1 year, and I went into that on a mission. Like I said, they had like a tryout here in Boston. The coach was here. I went there, did what I needed to do. He invited me to training camp for the Albany Patroons. Yeah. And did what I needed to do at training camp. And so when they finalized the team, I was on the team with Smush Parker, Jamario Moon, Edwin Ublis. He was like the player of the year in the D League. Played some games in the NBA too.
You was with some guys.
I was with some guys. So, that was my rookie season. So, I was able to pick their brain a little bit, talk to them, and, really get into the business of, playing professional basketball. Because going from college to the pros, like, there's a bunch of underlying information that you don't know.
Another level.
So there's a lot of scams, things you gotta be wary of. So they kind of gave me some game on that, and then how to carry yourself as a professional as well. I mean, they saw my work ethic, they saw how I carried myself, so they didn't really speak on that too much. It was more of mental approach. You know, and like I said, things to be aware of with agents and coaches and things like that, and how to like just kind of like keep your head down and keep working. You know, don't say too much.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what that was.
Okay, how was it playing with those guys?
I like playing with them a lot. I roomed with Swish Parker my first time
year?
I was there. And then when Jamario Moon, like he came in probably like 3 games into the season. I was like his backup.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
it was cool.
It was cool. Like he definitely gave me a lot of game. He wanted me to play more too. Yeah. But the coach was like, "Nah, you got to stay out there. The fans are here to see you." Da 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 da. And Jamal was like, "Yo, let the young bull go." Like,
yeah, let him go. That's what's up. Hoop.
So he definitely showed love, and he was big on like, he was really big on saying like, you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't ever say you can't do something. Like when he was at the with us, he was a vegetarian. He's still a vegetarian, but
wow.
He was big on that. Like anything you put your mind to, you can do. So if you see yourself doing it, you can do it. And he always came with the positive energy. Like, you know, the energy changed every single time he walked into a room or to the gym. But you know, the coach at the time, you know, he was focused on Jamario. So I didn't really get no burn once he started playing. Yeah. And then we had a lot of older guys on the team too. So we wasn't even really practicing like that. So it was tough for me to get in the gym. And then when we did have practice, we wasn't even really practicing like that. It was more like shoot around. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to, like, I'm hungry,
get
bro.
Some games in something.
Like, bro, if I can't play in the games, at least let me go and practice something.
I would have been telling dudes like, check up, let's go.
But like I said, we had limited time in the gym. We did have practice. And then once that time hit, it was over. The dude was shutting off the light. I'm like, bro, this is, ain't nobody using the gym right now.
Facts,
bro. Let us
get right.
Yeah, so
work on our game.
That was a tough situation, but like I said, there was a lot of insightful, you know, information I got from some veteran guys that, you know, played at the level that everybody's trying to play at. You know what I'm saying? So I would say it was a good experience, learning experience, I should say.
Okay. And did you ever play out the country overseas?
Yeah. So after the Albany Patroons, I took a year off. I was at I decided to work out of school for a year to see if school in Cambridge, called a Rindge Upper School. I was a paraprofessional for a year.
Just in the classroom with another.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you like that?
I liked it. I mean, I would say I was more so. Back in the day, they would call it SPED, like special education. Yeah. Not when I was at Rindge, they called it structured academics. Right. So I was with the structured academic kids, you know, in a small room. Yep. So kids that had social and emotional issues in the classroom setting, and most of them were young black males. So, you know, I was able to connect to them on a different level. But it was, honestly, I liked it a lot. Yeah. It was fun. Like, there was this one little kid, he was in 6th grade, but he looked like he was in 2nd. But he was the loudest person.
He's small but impactful.
You would hear him before you see him. Like that's the type of energy he brought. But he was one of those dudes, like, or one of those young kids that that kind of tested you a little bit. So he'll say whatever came to his mind to try to get underneath your skin or try to get you away from him. But like once I broke through that barrier, that stage, whatever you want to call it, he was cool. Like I'm talking about, we was tight like that.
That became your homie. Yeah, and they started using you to help. You know what I'm saying? Calm him down. But.
So that was a dope experience. So from there, after I realized, like, you know, I still really want to hoop. Yeah. I got into a contact with someone I at an exposure camp that I went to after college. I forgot to mention this. But someone that I had been in contact with for like over 2 years, he hit me up, was like, yo, I got a position for you to come out here to Czech Republic. You know, it's not paying a whole lot of money. It's not, you know, not the top league, but there's opportunity for you to move up into the top league. Yep. But, you know, it's a good time for you to get experience. You know, me, I'll be coaching you, and then I'll be the head coach, so I'll be coaching you. And then my assistant coach, Rob, is a really good guy. Speaks really good English. He speaks Czech too, so he's a great resource as well. He played at at the top level, national level in his country. So I was like, all right, cool.
Why not?
I mean, I really don't want to be in the school system no more. So, and I definitely want the experience. So, it was kind of weird at first because at first it was kind of like, you know, we're not sure if it's going to happen. Oh, come on. You know, we're about to book your flight. Oh, wait, something else happened.
Yeah, it was a lot of iffiness.
Yeah, so it was going back and forth. And I was dealing with, like, I had broke my foot, so I was dealing with that too. And then, like, a week later, he was like, all right, your flight's booked. You ready to come out? I was like, yeah. So I told my family I was going out there. And I had to explain to them because they was like, yo, how could you go out for that much amount of money? I'm like, yo, it's not about that. Like, because at the time, too, when I was teaching, I was reading about a lot of books. I was really doing some self-awareness stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't just taking that year off, you know, feeling sorry for myself. I was really trying to, like,
build
myself back up and really dig deep and figure out,
Facts.
like, do I really want to do this?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, once you see something, you know, you either have the opportunity to ignore it or fight for it. You know what I'm saying? So just the character that I am, the person that I am, I couldn't ignore something that was speaking to me day by day, every single moment. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fighting the world than fighting myself. Whatever Nipsey said. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, so I had to explain that to my family. Like, yo, it's not about the bread. This is about the experience. You know what I'm saying? Just about the information I can get from this, the value I can build from this. Yep. This is what's going to help build me up. This is what I need to do. So once they understood that part and how firm I was standing in my position,
they was like, I can't. Hands up.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So I went out there probably like a week before the first game. Actually, no, probably like 2 days before I played my first game out there. So, but I had, the room was set up smooth. It was in a hotel, and then there was a gym right next door. So I was able to get in the gym whenever I wanted. But the game where we played our games at was a little bit further, so we had to catch a ride with the assistant coach. Okay. So we go out to Czech Republic. Game starts. Put on the show. Like, cooking. People was like, oh my God.
They was like, oh, this is what we got for the season?
Yeah. But the thing that was ill about Czech, so it's like predominantly white, but they speak a different language, like Czech out there. So they don't, and we was kind of in the country, so they didn't really speak, not too many people spoke English. So, but they wasn't like, oh, he's black, let's kind of like shun from him. It was more like, love. No, it wasn't really showing love. It was more, it took a while for them to show that. But at first, like when I first walked into the gym, it was more like, okay, what is he about? Instead of just seeing me for my skin color, they saw me for the, you know, all right, what kind of person is he? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I walked in, you know, greeting everybody, they was like, ah, he cool. Cool. And so when the game started, they were showing love. But like I said, I put on a show. So we had a very young team. So the coach, my guy, Chris Pagenton, he was like, you know, we really need you to lead these young guys. And I feel like, you know, just from what I know about you, you'd be the perfect guy for this position. Facts. So that's exactly what I did from day one. And then, so I only played, so the games were, I want to say every 2 weeks, or it might have been every week. I don't know. Something, it wasn't that frequent. Okay. But I only played 4 games. And from there, I was transitioning up to the next division in Czech Republic. So that's a month. I stayed with the team for a month, and then you moving up.
And then what happened after that? You moved up again?
I was on my way to move up again, then COVID happened. I was like, no way.
Damn, stopped your whole thing. So that's where you didn't really go to no other countries?
Nah, not that time, no.
Okay, so what would you say was your favorite food out there to eat while you was out there?
Bro, the food was so fresh out there. Like you didn't really see obese people out there. Yeah.
They ain't overeating.
No. Nah. But I mean, but none of the food was processed either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was straight from the farm. Like the pastries were really good. The meat was cooked really fresh.
So what was your favorite? What would you say one of your favorite meals was down there? If you remember.
They did like a lot of rice and like stews. So they had this rice and
like
stew,
chicken or stew
like beef. Yep. Mostly beef. But they had like this, they had this unique bread that went along with it too, which is pretty good.
Not
but
foo-foo or nothing.
Nah, it wasn't foo-foo. Nah.
Okay, yeah, I was wilding.
It wasn't foo-foo.
I wasn't even trying to say. I don't know what made me say it. You feel me? Okay.
Yo, but nah, they was big on stews out there, like stews and rice, and bread.
Okay. So are you still playing overseas now, like working towards doing that?
Yeah, but the position that I am in now, I came to realize that timing is everything.
Yep.
So, you know, just to be real personal with the viewers and with you, you know, me and my girl just moved into a new apartment. You know what I'm saying? At that time we made that transition, I was working at a school in Chelsea. Yeah. I was a building substitute teacher last year. And I wanted to go out to LA, you know, and be in the environment where all the best players are at. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't end up working out that way. There was no way for me to be able to pay for my situation living out there. I kind of underestimated how expensive it is out there too. Yeah. But it was no way for me to pay for living out there and then paying rent here. Cause I wasn't just gonna leave it for my shorty to pay.
You was trying to be balling.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, that was gonna be tough.
So I got offered a position to teach next year. So like in like a few weeks, in like 2 weeks, I'll be an 8th grade writing teacher at the middle school.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's give him some applause for that. Nah, okay.
It's gonna be dope. But like. That's just part of my story though. Like, Facts. You know what I'm saying? So like, I understand time is everything. Like, even when the principal offered me that position, I didn't say yes right away, but it wasn't until like I was in a class and I kind of like took lead a little bit because the teacher that was out, he kind of gave him like an article or whatever, and he was just gonna have them read the article. But I'm reading the article too. So I developed questions on the spot because it was about like a young black male, 18 years old, mayor of a town in like Arkansas or something like that. Mayor at 18 years old.
Yeah. I know I
forget his name right now.
I don't know his name neither, but I know exactly who you're talking about. So because they was talking about him on Breakfast Club when I be listening.
Yeah. So I was intrigued by that. Yeah. I'm like 18 years old, a mayor.
He
making decisions for a town. So the kids the grade I was with that day was 7th graders. So I developed questions, and so they're like, you know, 7th grade, that's like 13, 12, wherever you fall. That's like, so that's 5 years from then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking them questions like, you know, how old do you think somebody should be to be a mayor? You know what I'm saying? Is 18 too young? Is it too old? Yeah. You know, how do you think he carries himself as an 18-year-old? How do you think he should carry himself? Is age a requirement? Things like that. So now I ask those questions, we bouncing ideas off each other. And then I kind of share my insight, like, you know, he's 5 years from y'all.
From y'all, yep.
You know what I'm saying? He's bringing he's showing me personally, like, there is no limits.
Yeah, at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's really just in your mind. Like, you don't have to be a certain age to make a difference.
At all.
I said, y'all are 12, 13. Y'all can make a difference right now. You don't have to wait until you're 18. You don't have to wait. If you want to make a difference right now, you can decide to do that right now. And just to see, like, to get the energy and the feedback that, you know, some of the students were sharing, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind being the teacher. So I hit up the principal. I was like, yo, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give it a try for a year because I still want to hoop. I still want to hoop. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still want to hoop. But just off of my situation, it makes sense for me to go ahead and be a teacher right now. Yeah. And, you know, also have that money flowing in so I can, you know, pay for it. But I'm also in an environment where I'm still growing as an individual. I'm not going to something that I'm not going to enjoy. I'm still going to be somewhere where, you know, the kids are able to learn from me, but I'm able to learn from them, but also in a position to impact the future of the youth. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what like helped me, you know, make that decision and be like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this and go in, you know,
I like
100%.
That. I like that, man. Yeah. I like that. Okay, we coming down to our lighter questions. Got a couple more for you. What's an album you could listen to with no skips? Me, it's either Views or Nothing Was the Same. Let me tell you, let that on repeat. Sounds like a Tuscan leather smelling like a brick. Degenerate or even. You feel me? But what's your favorite album? What's the album you can listen to with no skips?
It's not even an album. It's the it's On a flat, I feel terrible for forgetting the name of it, but it's
What?
Fabulous. It's the Fabulous mixtapes. Where he went-
Soul Tape.
No, not Soul Tape. It's a newer one where he freestyles on a bunch of '90s beats, like Been Around the World.
Summertime.
No.
Damn.
Hold on, nah, I got my phone right here. Hold on.
It's one of them. I know
Hold
it is.
on. Nah, bro, I play that all the time. Hold on.
There you go. Get it out.
I got to. I feel terrible forgetting the name right now.
Where? How you gonna play it every day and forget it?
I don't play it every day, but I'm saying that's the one. If you said one I can't skip, that's the one.
Okay, that's the one you can't skip.
That's the one I can't skip.
It's a song or it's an album?
Friday Night Freestyles. There we go.
Okay. That was with him and Jada or no?
No, it was just him.
Okay.
Friday Night Freestyles. I can listen to that.
They get you going.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so who's the best player in your opinion from Mass?
From Mass.
Yep.
Right now, the young boy.
No, in your opinion from Mass all time type.
All time. I'm gonna go right now. The young boy AJ.
Okay. From Brockton.
Yeah.
He's cold.
He's my favorite right now.
He's cold.
And I would say he's gonna go down as the greatest from Mass. I'm gonna say it right now.
For real?
I'm gonna say it right now.
Okay. He said it here. T3MU TV.
Bro, he already has the mindset to be the greatest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he dogging out NBA players already.
But I'm saying at the age that he's thinking like that, bro. Come on. I figured that out at like 25, 26.
I feel you.
He got it at 16, 17, like whenever it.
Everything's set.
Yo.
Everything is set. He just got to fall through.
I don't even think he's 17. So he might have got it at 12, 13, 14.
Like you said, he's set.
I think he's going to be the best out of Massachusetts. I really like the way he carries himself. I really like his game. I'm going to go ahead and stick with that answer.
Damn, even over your fellow guy, Ewan?
Yeah.
Over in the bridge?
Yeah. Even,
damn, who can I say?
I never seen Ewan play, though.
That's true.
I'm just going
Travis Best from Springfield. We got Mass dudes, girl, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, there's a lot of legends in Mass.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Shabazz is one of my favorite. Shabazz is one of my favorite PGs. I remember I used to watch, even when I was in college, I was still watching these games at UConn.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the young boy AJ, bro.
Okay.
I'm going with him.
Okay, so last question. You and four your guys versus some NBA players. Who you taking with you? Who's your squad?
Who's my squad? They have to be from Mass?
Nah, your squad.
My squad.
Your squad. Your ultimate squad.
Who are the 5 NBA players I'm playing against? Okay. Could I bring other NBA players with me?
No.
No?
Oh, no. I mean, if that's your boy.
Oh, it has to be my boy, though.
Yeah, it has to be your boy.
Okay.
Meaning he see you in the club.
Yeah.
He like, yo, come over here.
Nah, that's a great question. Hold on.
Yeah, who you going to bring with you?
Bring my brother Jaquil for sure.
Yes, sir.
Bringing him.
Mm-hmm.
Bring my boy Marvin Prochet.
Okay, shout out to him. Is he from Mass or no?
Nah.
Okay.
He's from Brooklyn. He's one of my teammates.
Brooklyn.
One of my teammates at
shout out to him.
Niagara University. My boy Rashad Pat. Be my shooting guard. I need a PG.
Need a PG.
And I need this is my favorite PG of all time.
Ooh.
Not all time, but he's kind of underrated. I don't. Would he do good against an NBA guard though? That's a thing.
Listen.
That's a thing. Who is NBA, it? And my boy Ryan Garther, but I don't know.
What's his name?
Ryan Garther from New Hampshire.
Okay. Why not pick him? You already said it. You might as well.
I know.
Put him on the list.
I'm trying to think back to other guards I got though, cause he's a point guard. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna lock him in. So that's my 5.
Okay.
My boy Ryan, Rashad Pat, Marv, my brother Jaquil, and me.
Okay,
I like that 5 right there.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all get the dub.
Actually, damn. Hold on, nah.
Who is it?
Hold on, I forgot about my team at in Syracuse because we had a squad.
Word?
We had a squad.
Okay, so who's that?
It was nasty.
Syracuse.
Syracuse Stallions, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was an AAU team?
No, that was a professional team in the TBL.
Okay.
TBL. So this was after This was during COVID year.
Okay.
And we ended up making the national championship in the TBO.
So who was the guy?
Got to go with my boy Jordan Robinson, Tayshawn Burrell, TB.
So you changing your whole five?
I don't know, bro. I got
just put them as.
Can I get 2 subs?
There you go. Those are your 2
those
subs.
Those are my 2 subs right there.
Okay, those are your 2 subs. You feel me?
I can't believe I forgot about them.
Damn, man.
We had a really good team, though. I can't even just leave it at those 2, but we had a really good team.
Balling.
We had a really good team at Syracuse.
Okay.
I can honestly say our whole team there could go against the NBA team.
Damn. Okay.
We had some players. We had some undersized guards, so they would probably exploit that, but
yeah, they
were skilled. They can play.
Okay. Well, Maurice Taylor, man, I appreciate you for coming up.
Appreciate
here
you too, bro.
On T3MU TV, man, you a legend in the city. Don't let nobody tell you different. You legends in the city, the bridge.
Come on.
You feel me? You was born here, so you know we got to show you love.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Does that make me eligible for crew love now?
It might be.
Yeah,
if it was up to me, yes. Yes. Give him a jersey. You know what I'm saying? You might have to spend 2 summers down here. You know what I'm saying? 2 summers. But then you good. You know what I'm saying? You good, bro. But I appreciate you for coming here on T3MU TV. It was a pleasure having you. Listen to your story. This is what the platform's here for. And this ain't going to be your last time. You feel me?
Appreciate it, brother.
You already.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for episode 37 with special guest Maurice Taylor, the eldest Taylor, as he would say. Okay, so make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. And see y'all next episode. Peace.